Welcome to Vendor Vision Podcast. I'm your host, Britt, aka 5150. Today, we want to say thank you to a new sponsor. It is Liberty Car Wash, who's associated with Liberty Tax Services, as well as Barrio Clothing. Thanks for joining us today on this lovely Monday. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe. We're on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Today, we have another podcast newbie. His name is Christopher. He is the owner of Square Towel. It's a veteran-owned business, and they do embroidered kitchen towels. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, Brittany. It's exciting to be here.
I'm very excited that you're excited because you have some awesome products, and I know you're new to the vendor world and whatnot, so I'm glad I get to see you when you're first starting out, and maybe we can do another interview when you're about a year in and see all the exciting stories that you have for us.
It is a very good possibility.
Yes. So if you don't mind, give the viewers a little rundown, about how long you've been in business, how you came up with the name, why you're choosing to do it. All yours.
So I've been doing embroidery in some form of fashion since about 2010.
Mm-hmm.
I got out of the military in 2008, had no function in life. I was a stay-at-home dad, didn't have anything to do. My mother got me started in embroidery to combat some of my PTSD symptoms from military service, which helped me concentrate on one certain thing and kind of helped me relax.
That's awesome.
I've done things such as embroidered duffel bags, hand totes, kitchen towels. I kind of settled on because it's something everybody can use.
Very true.
In the kitchen, in the bathroom, living room, display them anywhere you want to.
Very true.
So in November of 23, my wife was like, I'm tired of these all over my kitchen. So you need to get out and sell them. So the HOA that I had in the neighborhood that we live in had a fall festival.
Okay.
So we started selling there. I sold 4 towels in about 4 hours.
Wow. How'd that make you feel?
Not that big of a deal, but it was kind of a jumping point. I'm like, you know what? I think I can make a business out of this.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, some people are in business for like 10 years and don't sell 4 things for 4 hours. So that's a good start.
So I just kind of started researching on Facebook, vendor markets, farmers markets, craft fairs. Did a few. In January, I officially started the LLC for Square Towel. And I call it Square Towel because these are 28-inch by 28-inch square.
That makes sense.
Square Towel. And if you can see on the table, there's a wide variety. They are totally customizable. I do custom orders from time to time. The only things I will not do are sports teams, licenses, and trademarks.
Smart. That's smart businessman right there. Gotta protect yourself, everybody.
So I've looked in some of those licenses. Yeah, I don't have the money for a small business. So yeah. So yeah.
That's good. No, because you want to have something unique because, I mean, the Cowboys and the, whatever, Cardinals and whatnot, they already have their merch. We don't need any more promotion. These ones I think are awesome. Which one's your favorite that you have right here so we can show the viewers?
The one I have, my favorite right now is this one, is salsa, queso, and guac. Oh my.
That's hilarious.
Because I love guacamole.
Really?
Yep.
That's awesome. That guacamole's pretty good.
A lot of my friends recommend my own guacamole.
Oh yeah? Why? What's it in it?
They just love it.
Is it spicy?
No.
No?
No. Anytime we go to a party, that is what I'm supposed to bring. My salsa, my guacamole. That's it.
Yeah, I like it. Everybody has to have a role in their party. So I'm glad that you got the guacamole drop. What's another one? I like the Life is Better at the Beach.
There's Life is Better at the Beach. There's The Beach is Calling. This one I did for a friend of mine that I work for at the Park Service. It says, y'all realize I'm just going to snap one day.
Oh my God, I knew that. Yeah. That's literally.
So one of the things that I taught myself was how to use Adobe Illustrator. So I could take some of these designs and convert them into embroidery format.
That's awesome. How long did that take you to learn?
It took me about 9 months.
That's pretty good because that's like a whole school year. I feel like if you don't take the summer out. So
yeah, pretty much. I did YouTube videos. I did mostly YouTube videos. Learn how to use the different tools. So
that's awesome. And what made you decide to teach yourself instead of take a class or I don't know, have somebody else pay somebody else to do your stuff? What made you decide that you want to do it on your
I was bored.
Good answer. I mean, that's how I get it, because that's how I learned Adobe
Yeah.
Illustrator too, because of that.
We moved down to Phoenix at the end of 22,
Mhm.
and we were living in an RV. I was still working 100% remote. My wife was working nights, so I would find stuff to keep me busy at night while she's working, and I found YouTube videos on Illustrator. So
That's awesome. Good job, YouTube, making everybody get a good trade one video at a time. So okay, what was your first experience when you first other than when you sold the 4 towels to kind of get you going? What was your next event after that, and how well did you do at that point?
was it 2 weeks later? We did another event. I did a farmer's market. I did a craft fair in Whitman. Found them on Facebook, and it was another 4 or 5 hour event. I probably sold 12, 13 towels that day.
That's amazing. And how much do they go for?
They go for $10 a piece.
Nice, no matter what design.
No matter what the design, they're all $10. And if you catch me at farmers markets or craft fairs, they're 3 for $25.
Wow, you guys check them out. Okay, do you want to give your handles and all where they can find you a shout out real quick, so that if they are interested, they can soup up your stuff?
You can find me on Facebook, which is at Square Towel, all smashed together. You can find my website is https://squaretowel.com.
And then Instagram? Do you have an Instagram?
I have an Instagram page, but I don't know how to use it.
Well, maybe if you ask real nicely, your wife might help you out with that. Or you can look it up on YouTube, since you like YouTube videos.
Yeah, I mean, I do fairly well with Facebook and my webpage. So
yeah. Oh, a friendly little tip of advice: you can link your Facebook and your Instagram, and when you post on Facebook, it automatically goes onto your Instagram.
I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but I've been working on it.
Good. There's definitely tutorials about that. So I highly recommend, because it saves you so much time, and you can schedule them. So you can say you have a flyer before an event that you want to post out, but you have to go do something with the wifey, take her out or whatnot. You can just schedule it for 5 p.m. on Thursday, and it will just go, and you don't have to think about it again. Oh, they put your logo on and your website. Hope everything's correct.
Yep. That's the logo.
Oh yeah, and I also want to say thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you found something that help you cope with the PTSD and gave you an outlet with that. And obviously nothing's perfect, but at least you're making an effort, and that's awesome, because especially with men, they don't really admit stuff like that. So I think it makes you even braver and stronger that you can admit that type of thing, and that you're willing to do something about it.
A lot of the things that I do, I contribute to my wife, pushing me to do things out of my comfort zone. For example, this podcast is way outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah, look how good you're doing.
So I'm I've told my brother, I've told my mother, I posted it on my Facebook page. I'm
doing it, guys. Well, hopefully you're getting a little bit better. You're calmer. I definitely am not intimidating in the least. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah.
Well, I'm a little disappointed there's no tequila, but I'll deal with the water. Well,
a little birdie told me to get a little crazy with tequila, so we're trying to, keep everything G-rated out over here. So do your towels come in any other color besides the white background, or do you specifically pick that for a reason?
Currently, yes, they are currently all white.
Okay.
I've been researching new towel vendors because the ones that I normally did, I think, went out of business.
Oh, okay.
Their website is completely sold out, and they stopped responding to email.
Oh, my.
So I did find another company that has other colors other than white, so I may start using those as well.
Awesome. Does it make a difference when it comes to embroidery if it's on a color or not?
Doesn't matter. I've used several different towels, and I really prefer the ones that are 130 thread counts. They're more firm, and they hold up to embroidery really well.
That's awesome. And how do people take care of these? Can they just throw them in the wash? You'd have to be
throw them in the wash, dry them, iron them if you want to. After I embroider them, I will pre-wash them and iron them and package them.
Wow. Talk about customer service.
If they do happen to get a stain on them, you can use Grandma's Secret Spot Remover.
I have no idea what that is, but I'll take your word for it.
You can get it on Amazon.
Really?
Yep. It comes in a little bottle, 3-ounce bottle or a spray bottle, and I have yet to find a stain it has not gotten out.
Well, dang, now they deserve to pay you for their promo. They should sponsor us. That's awesome. That's good to know, man. Okay, if I ever have a say, I'm going to check that out because that sounds very helpful. And that's awesome, especially with a white towel. Like, I think that's important to be able to, know that it can come clean no matter what with that handy dandy knowledge.
A lot of my customers at my vendor markets, they say they're white. How do you deal with barbecue sauce? I tell them about Grandma's Secret Spot Remover.
And I see that you have a couple of that say barbecue season. What's this one say?
I have a whole series for barbecue. I have some that say Lord of the Grill, Queen of the Grill.
Oh, fun.
King of the Grill.
Oh, that's awesome. There's a girl one that says Mind If I Smoke. That's hilarious.
That's one of my more popular sellers is Mind If I Smoke.
That's a good one.
The other one down there says Coffee Makes Mommy Nicer.
Yep, facts.
That's another one of my hot sellers.
I love it. What's the wine one say? I feel like there's a lot of wine ones out there.
Which one?
The wine one. Yeah.
Oh, the wine one. It says, finally found my sleep number. It's 4.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yep. Wine hits different. That's what I've noticed. When you drink wine, definitely different than tequila.
I have a wine series as well.
Really?
I have some that says I can wine all I want. I'm retired.
Mm-hmm.
I have one that says my doctor says I need glasses, and it's got 2 wine glasses.
That's hilarious. I feel like boss lady Laura over there would love it because she wears glasses and sells wine.
I actually told my doctor that I'm gonna make one for her and send it to her so she can put it in her office.
That's awesome. I feel like they're really good gifts, and they're really good pricing. So you could just give them for a whole office Christmas party giveaway type stuff. You can do it for anybody, any age, because even if they don't have a kitchen, everybody needs a towel to wash their hands. So.
I didn't bring it, but I have one that's for the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. What does it say?
It says, "This is a bathroom, not an internet cafe. Shit and split."
Oh my god, that's hilarious! Those are very clever. Where do you find your designs at?
Some I find on internet.
Mm-hmm.
Some I find on coffee cups.
Mm-hmm.
Some I find my friends will send to me that they find in stores. I did purchase a T-shirt packet a while back that had 5,000 different designs that I've maybe gone through a 32nd of the designs, and I'll just convert those into embroidery format.
Nice. And how long to make one from start to finish? How long does that usually take you?
From design to embroider? Hour.
It's not bad.
Some I have that take 2 hours to embroider.
And what's it because of the colors or maybe placement?
The colors, the width of the design, the size of it. This one right here, this barbecueologist, takes an hour to embroider.
Why is that?
The cow is so big, and it's called what they call a fill stitch, and it's really pressed together thread, and it goes up and down really close together, so it takes about an hour to stitch.
And so what are you currently using now to do your embroidery?
Currently, I use a Brother PE 770, which is a home embroidery machine. I do have a Genome 7-needle machine, but it's been in the shop for 4 months.
What's wrong with it?
They don't know.
Oh, jeez. Is it not covered under warranty? Can they replace it?
Well, that's why we're doing the raffle.
Yep, that's segue.
So,
go ahead.
So we're doing the raffle for a Pit Boss wood pellet smoker 440 series. The tickets are $25 each. I'm only doing 200 tickets, and I've sold 25.
Well, we were going to display that on the live right now so that people can follow along because I know there's a Venmo and a Zelle, and it has the details of it. So like you said, it's a raffle for a Pit Boss wood pellet smoker 440 series. Tickets are $25 each. He's only selling 200 tickets. To purchase tickets, send your name, phone number, and email address to Christopher@squaretowel.com, or you can send it on Venmo or Zelle, and you can scan the QR code. That's why we have it up there. Or you can, if you could follow Vendor Vision Podcast, we have the flyer up there as well. Same with, obviously, with his platforms. Let's see what else. And you should support. You should, because it's a veteran-owned business, and we all have to support the troops and the veterans and the active service members. What branch of the military were you in, if you don't mind me asking?
I was Army. Yep, I did 12 and a half years before I was medically retired for hearing loss and PTSD.
Wow, that's crazy. What was your job?
I was supply.
Supply?
Yep, I did 3 combat tours overseas.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's where a lot of my hearing was lost. And then after I got back, it was classified as degenerative.
Mm,
So I lost it eventually. And I have cochlear implants now that helps me hear.
that that's crazy that you had to experience that, but that medical like advancement has happened so that you can still hear and it's not, and you can still, have this business, have a good relationship with your wife and all that stuff. So good job, doctors.
So, and one of the things that most guys will not admit is that I actually enjoy listening to my wife
Aww.
and talking to my wife.
Aww.
So I got the cochlear implant so I could do that.
Y'all better take notes. Every dude, I don't know what is with the guys lately, but every single guy that I've interviewed with their wives, whether they're next to them or in their little like behind the scenes thing, have been so nice to their freaking wives. Like I don't know what it is, but they're like totally give them props for helping them out and like what. And it's always it's usually the guy's business and he's done it, but it's always the wife like pushing him or supporting him in some way or working or whatever. So it's really nice and really like refreshing to hear a military man that everybody thinks, is, has this like macho persona that they can't show emotion and all that fun stuff. So that's amazing that you're willing to share and appreciate your wife and turn on your things so you can hear them. Did she ever give you a hard time about that at all? Like, go like, why don't you just turn that off? I'm done. We're done having conversations now. You can just turn that off. I don't want to talk to you right now.
I do not.
At least you have a reason. There's plenty of dudes that have selective hearing and you think they're listening, but they're totally not. Like, at least you'll know if it's on. Oh, now we know the truth. I gave you all these props, and now we know the truth about you. No, I was kidding.
There are times where I just flat out cannot understand what she says.
I feel that. I get like criticized a lot because they're like, sometimes you have this tone where only freaking dogs can hear you. Da-da. So I guess there's a thing with guys and pitches, which I feel the same way sometimes. Like there's a voice that whether it's a girl or a guy, like my ear, like I feel like my eardrums just like bleed. I can't even hear them at all. It just sounds like buzzing. So
if it's low pitched, I got no problem. If it's high pitched, forget it.
That is funny and crazy, but I'm just like blown away that is like the coolest thing ever. And like, and what's the difference? I mean, you don't have to answer this one, but is there a difference between like the hearing aid and then like the cochlear one? Like
yes, because the hearing aid amplifies the sound that you receive. The cochlear implant takes the sound, converts it into electronic impulses, and goes up through your brainstem up into your brain so you can hear.
That's a trip, man. That's like medical marvel right there. And that's great that you instead of like, because some people they get really down on themselves when they've had like a traumatic experience and they like kind of self-pity in a way, or like they hold on to it and like that defines them. So it's good that not only did you do what you had to do to get like be able to hear again, but then also now you have your own business where you have to talk to people and listen to people all the time and like put yourself out there. And I'm sure people ask questions about them because people are nosy.
They do. And I mean, even still to this day, I prefer to text or email, but I will get on the phone if I absolutely positively have to. Mm-hmm. Even with where I work, they're really good at using Teams and email. Mm-hmm. But then when we do have to get on the phone, they're really cognizant about one person at a time talking slowly and not 100 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm. I know we're going. I feel, is it hard? Like, do you read lips as well too?
I do.
Yeah. How long did that take you to like master that skill?
A couple of years.
Yeah. I watch these lip reading things on TikTok, and sometimes I feel like I can read lips, but other times I can't see that well. So I'm really screwed. I can't see or hear. So I'm like, I don't know what to do.
It's not an exact science. And even sometimes I look at them, I'm like, what you said is not what I heard or not what I understood. I'm like, yeah, we've had some very interesting conversations between my wife and I.
Yeah.
Because she'll say something, I'll look at her and like, you said what? Goes, no, that is totally not what I said. I'm like, all right.
I know. I do it to myself when I'm like watching videos and stuff or the podcast again. I was like, what did I just say? And because I can't read my own mouth because I like talk like with my mouth closed basically. So I'm just like, oh my God, I feel bad for anybody who has to read my lips because I don't open my mouth and I mumble and I stutter. So yeah, I'm a hot mess, but whatever. I still do it, because got to do what you got to do and make the best of the situation. That's all I got to say. So what would you say would be like the best advice that you could give to someone that's starting out? Even though I know you're new yourself, but like, what have you learned so far that you could pass on to other new vendors?
Patience.
Yeah.
Patience, even on my personal side, is not one of my strong suits. I want it now.
Fair enough.
But I've had to learn that you just have to let things come as they come and work the business, get out there, promote yourself, promote the business, whether it's podcast, email, website. Matter of fact, my website was built by a group of guys called the Free Website Guys. They built it 100% free.
Wow.
All they had to do was pay for the web hosting.
Wow, that's awesome. And it's helpful for a small business owner to get that service free. We actually had a question on our live. They wanted to know if people could request you to do aprons, if you were willing to do that.
I will do some aprons, yes.
Yeah.
I don't have a price for those, but we can always talk about it.
Nice. Do you have like, besides like the towels and maybe perhaps aprons, do you have other people asking you for other things? I know you said duffel bags too, right?
I have done custom duffel bags in the bag. I made them from scratch.
Oh, wow.
There's not a whole lot that I don't think I can't do, other than the limitation of my current machine right now. The biggest size I can do is a 5x7, which is what all my towels are.
Okay.
When I get my Genome back, I can do a 9x7.
Okay.
And then if I get the commercial embroidery machine, I can do a 12x9.
Wow, that's gonna be exciting. Is that would you say your like goal, like would that be like a short-term, long-term goal, and like where do you see this business going?
So I can retire from the National Park Service in 4.5 years.
Okay.
I would like to do my embroidery business full-time as a retirement.
That's awesome. I think that's perfect for retirement. Keep you out of trouble, like the wife wants. And like I feel like you're providing something that is useful and helpful and that the community likes. So you're still doing, being a productive member of society and keeping yourself busy. So that's awesome. Have you thought about like, let's see, like collabing with maybe some different companies and like whether it's offering like small business owners like merch, like their first merch of like that, for food trucks or whatever?
Now, I do have a small display in Traub's Butcher Shop in Surprise.
Okay.
It's tucked back in the corner just because it's got to have wheelchair accessibility for the rest of the shop. But there is a small display where you'll find all of my barbecue series.
Awesome. That's exciting. How did you get that collab going?
Another vendor that I was at another farmer's market mentioned to me that they will sometimes hold merchandise for vendors. And I went in and talked to the manager, Chad, and he said, yeah, sure, set up a display.
That's awesome. And does he charge for that at all? Or like if you cut?
They're up on consignment right now.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what he's charging for them, but he'll give me a portion of that sale.
That's awesome. Yeah, I thought about doing that too. I have some products of my own that when I first started the business prior to COVID, and then I kind of stopped after that because I was like, I can't really do events and sell my products when no one's allowed to go out. So I talked about consignment, and I never knew if that was like beneficial or not, so I didn't get to actually pursue it. But a couple of my friends have done it, and it seems like it's a good idea, especially if you don't have like a storefront. I feel like it's a good alternative to that. So that's awesome. Let's see. What's your next event that you have coming up?
I am doing a farmer's market in New River.
Okay.
In North Phoenix on Saturday from I think 9 to 1. I can't remember the place we're at, but it's off of New River Road in New River, Phoenix, Arizona. So
do you have it? Was it Roadrunner?
No,
Cafe?
not the Roadrunner Cafe.
Nope. Is it on your? Do you know if you already have it on your Facebook?
That is going to be one of my venues in the fall.
Okay.
But I will also be Sunday at Dale's Country Store in Surprise off of Waddell from 9 to 2. There's a farmer's market there every Sunday.
Okay. Are you there every Sunday? Nice.
Most Sundays.
Most Sundays? Nice. So there you go. If you guys want to check out these towels in person, go to Surprise from 9 to 1, you said?
9 to 1 on Saturday in New River.
There you go. Awesome. And we'll make sure that we, when we share the live and everything, I'll make sure that if you've already posted or if I find that event, I'll make sure to post on.
I usually post on my Facebook page
Mhm.
a couple days before the event about where I'm going to be.
Awesome. That's great. I think people can find you and that you're, conscious of that because, have people get to know you and find out where you are and buy your stuff if you don't share your ideas. So do you do all your marketing and everything, like your Facebook posts and whatnot? And your
It's
pictures?
on Facebook.
Yeah. And then do you have what do you use to take your pictures? Are it just regular phone camera or have you thought about using different
I
programs?
use my handy dandy trusty iPhone.
Uh-huh.
Takes all my pictures, does my videos, does all my postings. I edit on my phone, and then I'll transfer it to my MacBook and post them.
That's awesome. So you're like a one-man shop then, huh?
I do the digitizing, I do the designs, I do the packaging, I do the embroidery, I do it all.
That's impressive. I dig it that you are that passionate about it, and why not? You can do stuff yourself. You don't have to always have to have a team or anything like that.
To quote my wife, I do this so that I stay out of trouble.
Right. And is it working?
For the most part.
There you go.
But
it's
yet
okay
she sends me to
trouble.
farmers markets and craft fairs where you can get in all kinds of trouble. So
that's true. That is very true. There's lots of I go crazy when I work at I spend more money as a vendor to other vendors, so I want to be supportive of them, and because they have awesome stuff. And so luckily with vendors, I've noticed they will, especially if they like your things, they do trades, which saves me money because for a while there, or when I was just going as a attendee, then they don't give you as a good discount. But if they know that you're one of them, they'll
I have done some trades with vendors for towels. They'll like the Mind If I Smoke one. I traded a guy who did smoked seasonings.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, I traded a bottle of seasoning for a towel.
That's really smart. I like that, and that's a good collab and a good way to cross promote and everything at events, which is really important. I feel like that's why I wanted another reason why I wanted to start this podcast, because I wanted vendors to have more of a that bond and be we get it. We're small business owners. We've started from scratch. This is our baby, and help each other out, because there's enough stacked up against small business owners and people especially if they're funding themselves and or they don't know really what they're doing, or maybe they've invested all their money into it and they really believe in it. It's just really important that the community, whether they're attendees or business owners themselves, support one another and realize how hard it is, and we don't need to make it harder on each other.
Nope, we don't. We small guys got to stick together.
Exactly. But it just is beneficial that way. Why be negative and why make it harder? Why just make things difficult just for what? What do you get out of that? It's just for me, it's way easier just to be nice and support people. And if I don't like the products, you can still take pictures and share it. You don't have to necessarily buy it.
Yeah.
So that's good. Let's see what else. What has been the worst experience that you've had at an event? Has there been any getting rained out or anything?
I wouldn't say I've had a bad experience at any of my events, other than customers not showing up to events. I did one event in New River back in January. Granted, it was right after the Christmas holidays.
Oh, yeah.
We were there from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and not one person showed up at the farmer's market.
Oh, man.
So it was 5 hours of twiddling my thumbs.
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah. That is definitely a thing that vendors have to go through, or a random, I've experienced a couple times doing outdoor events when all of a sudden it the wind picks up and everybody has to go in panic mode and take down their tents, because we've had tents fly away before, have the all the things that are displayed, especially jewelry and all that stuff, shirts, they just go flying.
And these aren't the heaviest
no
either.
Exactly.
I mean, I've many times I've had to go chase after my towels because the wind blew them off the tables.
Is that crazy? Have you thought of different ways to hold down your things just to prevent that from happening?
I've tried to think of ways. I do have what I call a grid wall system. They're 3-inch wire racks that I hang off my tents, and I hang my towels up with those. So those will stay pretty much in place. But it's the ones that are on the table, there's really no way that hold them down and block the view of the towels.
Yeah, I could recommend, because we have our displays where it's paper, where they can scan our QR codes and stuff like that, and they're in the what are those, little plexiglass little frames, and those fly like crazy. But I've noticed that if I find little gimmicky items. Like for instance, like this, like how we have
Yeah.
these little display. Having that to like decorate your table also makes really good paperweights. So I've done that. Or like if you do giveaways at your table, like we usually have stickers or like pins or whatever. I've used those to kind of like place strategically to kind of like hold things down.
I do have a patch that I will sometimes give away.
Oh yeah.
But it's very infrequent that I give that out because it's in the shape of the middle finger.
Oh geez. I'm sure like those uppity events that you go to with all the people
You
get crazy
know,
with that, huh?
people here in that I've noticed in Phoenix are a little more receptive to that. When I set up my 10 by 10 booth, I have a corner. I set my tables up in a U shape.
Okay.
And in one of my corners, I call it my naughty corner because it has the things like the middle finger and my towels that have cuss words on them. And so,
have you experienced like where like a parent goes up to you and is like, you shouldn't have this. This is a family event. Blah blah blah.
no,
That's good.
because I warn them
That's
when they come up to my booth. I said, "This is my naughty corner. Beware."
Good, yeah, because then they can't complain after that. You warned them. So.
And I had a conversation my last event. Said, "Do you have anybody that ever gets offended?" I'm like, "If you get offended, I'm sorry. There's the door."
Right? I mean, getting offended over kitchen towels is like on a whole other level of petty and ridiculousness that I can't even fathom right now, but doesn't surprise me at all. Because just people are that like, I feel like they're that like bored that they have to go extra and like complain about stuff like that. Like it's just that's unnecessary. So grow up, people.
So, I mean, like I said, I was in the military. I've got pretty thick skin. So if you're gonna get mad at me over a towel, you got more problems.
Right? I'd be like, I'm ex-military. Do you really want me to show you how many different ways I can punish you for freaking talking crap about myself? I'm just saying. I wouldn't mess with me. That's how I would handle it. Yeah. I mean, obviously you don't have all your products here, but do you do a lot of military themed items as well or no?
I have not done any military themed ones because I have not been able to figure out if I could do them without any legal liabilities.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, huh? Because it's like government, like branding, right? So I don't know how that would work. But you can do innuendos, like like that oorah stuff or whatever.
I did do some research like for football or hockey or basketball that I can do numbers and names. I just can't have things like NFL and the team names or logos or stuff like that. I can do generic things, just not outright specific, like Arizona Diamondbacks,
Right.
Phoenix Suns, Colorado Avalanche, those kind of things.
You can do like Team Boy Mom and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, because and then let's see, I'm trying to think. So I was gonna say like, oh, you could do like jerseys. Have you ever done like a jersey? Is that hard to embroider? Jersey get embroidered? I'm not sure. How does that work?
They're more in the realm of what they call applique.
Okay.
So they take fabric and cut it to size and then stitch it onto the garment.
Okay, I was always wondering that. I'm like, wait, is this embroidery? Is not, but I did know stitching, but I didn't know if that was like hand done or if it's like a special machine because it looked thicker, like as if someone did it themselves. When I see like the letters on the back and stuff, but I am not crafty at all. I took one sewing class with my grandma when I was like 10, just to like appease her, and I made like a backpack, and that was it.
I've done some research into how to do that. I just don't have the machine big enough to do it.
If they win your raffle, is that when you get it?
Yep.
Another reason why you guys should buy the raffle tickets. Just saying, there's just 200 left, so you should get it. Are you do you sell them at your events too?
Yep, I sell them at the events. I sell them online. What will happen is if you send me an email or Venmo with your phone number, I will take a picture of the ticket filled out and text it back to you.
That's awesome. Yeah, because then you don't have to worry about picking it up and everything. And then and when did you say that you were gonna draw the names?
When we sell 200 tickets, I'm hoping if we sell them all out by Father's Day, we'll do the drawing for a Father's Day gift.
Oh, fun! That's a really good idea. We got some fathers up in here. This man, right? I just got a job. I've been unemployed since August. It's been 1 week as of today, and this man wants to make me buy a freaking raffle ticket.
You're ready to go back work from home again, aren't you?
I can get to work from home. Well, I guess you call working events working from home, but you do baby onesies?
What's that?
You've done baby onesies.
I have done baby onesies. I do a little bit of everything. I've even done beanies. Well,
Really?
beanie caps.
Oh,
I did an event down in downtown Phoenix, and for a motorcycle club, and they saw my finger beanie,
your middle finger.
the
I was
middle
like,
finger.
your
It says,
finger.
"Hey, can you do this in a certain color?" I said, "Absolutely."
That's
So
awesome.
I mean, it's totally customizable.
That's great. Yeah, we know. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but like, there's a lot of lowrider things going on here because we have other podcast underneath our production company. One actually comes in right after us when
Mhm.
ours is over. That one is what is it? Oh my gosh, I forgot it. All I think of it is when he says, "There we go, lowrider aftermath." He always says live ride podcast, which is their podcast, but he says it for his for a reason. I don't know. But anyways, so live ride podcast talks to car clubs, bicycle, how do you pronounce it? Bicycle clubs. But it's like there you go. Where it's like bicyclists that are have a club together and they ride together and everything. And then what other type of people are there? I can't even think about it. Just cars and bikes, yeah. Oh, trucks. Yeah, we have a lay frame podcast. They do what's trucks, mini trucks. Jerry Springer's. Oh my god. I'm not. No comment. I'm keeping my opinions to myself. What are you gonna do? Get like a drinking club together? How does that work? Like that's what that would be. Oh, wine glass. No, you can't. Wine glass. You're gonna embroider a wine glass. What about the wine bottles? Like you know how they have those little like sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a koozie, but like yeah, but it's like different. It's like more like knitted. Like it's a knitted thing. So I don't know if you can embroider.
There are some things I just will not embroider on.
Which is what?
Stretchy fabrics.
Okay.
Because it doesn't hold the embroidery very well. Knitted sweaters because there's nothing to hold the.
Right. That makes sense.
If I can't embroider on it, I will come. I'll straight up tell you.
That's good.
I can't do it.
Yeah. There's no trying.
Aprons I can do. Shirts I'm going to be able to. Hopefully with the commercial embroidery machine. I can do some shirts. I mean, I do my own shirts. Just because if I screw them up, I'm out $5 and not 20.
Right. There you go.
I will be able to do hats at some point.
I was going to ask you about that because I have embroidered hats in that.
Matter of fact, if my wife will bring me my hat, I'll show you the one that I've done for myself.
Okay. We'll test out your work. Thank you very much. Let me see.
Stitch Wizard was a logo I was playing with until I realized that somebody else already had it.
Oh, bummer.
So, but the one on the front of that hat, I digitized using an Illustrator.
I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but
converted it into embroidery format and put it on a hat.
And how long did it take you?
Say again?
How long did it take you?
This one, it took me probably an hour to digitize because I was still learning Illustrator. And then it takes seconds in the embroidery format, and then it took probably 45 minutes to stitch out.
What does stitching out mean? Just for people who don't know, what does stitching out mean?
Stitching out is the process it takes to do the design.
Oh. And then, what's it like on the inside? Like, because I've noticed that some have like a white backing to it.
Yeah, it's just the stabilizer that I use.
Oh, okay.
For this particular hat, I use what's called a sticky stabilizer.
Okay.
So with my Genome embroidery machine, it has what's called a flat hat rack. So I had to literally flatten this hat out and stick it on the frame with the sticky embroidery so it didn't move.
Is that hard? Is it a couple of trials and tribulations or what?
Oh yeah, I've had to trash quite a few hats and quite a few towels because something would get screwed up.
Ah, man, yeah, and there's no redoing it, huh? You can't just like unstitch it.
No. Some things I've been able to rip out and redo. Other things I've just had to utterly trash. My kitchen is full of towels that got messed up, and I didn't want to trash because they'd already finished. So we have them in our kitchen.
They're memories of the times that you didn't so great. Now you're a professional.
Yeah, and I'm a perfectionist by trade. being an embroiderer and a perfectionist are bad
Really?
because embroidery is never perfect.
Oh boy. Then why would you pick that then? Just
I
trying to get yourself
know,
frustrated.
I know, and I blame my mother for that.
Okay, with that, I agree with. I fully support blaming
Yeah.
mothers for problems.
So luckily, my mother's probably not listening. But Mom, it's your fault.
He's like a theme. You know, as much as he loves his wife, and I'm sure he loves his mom, he loves to blame them for everything.
No, that's straight
But for real.
straight from my mother's mouth. It's her fault. I'm the way I am
Okay, why is that?
because that's the way she taught me.
To be a perfectionist because she has high standards?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. I feel that. My mom was like that too, so
Yeah.
I get it. But that's why I'm so perfect now. Just kidding. No one's perfect. I'm far from it. We got some. Thank you very much for that little fan club back there. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to see if we have any more questions for you. What do you want people to know about your business that like will get them to come to you versus like going to, I don't know, Bed Bath & Beyond? No, it's not.
I will work with you to create a design.
Mm-hmm.
I will work with you to make sure you're happy with the design. And if I'm not happy with it, I'm not putting it on a towel or a shirt or a hat.
That's good. That's good. Quality service right there.
There is a design I've been working on for about 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
that I'm just now happy with the way it's stitched out.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably went through 4 or 5 different iterations of design.
And why is that? Just because it was messing up, or you just didn't like the placement?
I just didn't like the way it's stitched out.
And is it one of your designs, or is it for a customer?
Say again?
Is it for a customer?
Soon to be one, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This gentleman asked me if I could do it. I said absolutely, and I've just been working on it ever since. So if I'm not happy with the product, it's not going on your product.
That's good. That's smart. I definitely stand by that too. Like if I don't like my design, if I don't like the way I digitalized it, if I, don't like how like maybe like a hairline fracture and like a piece of glass or whatever that doesn't compromise anything, but still I just don't like it. I can see it, and if I see it, I don't like it, so I don't sell it to people because my thing is if I wouldn't buy it, if I notice it, they'll notice it, and then like I'll feel bad, and like my things are all my sales are final, so I make sure that you'll want to keep it.
Yep. If I'm not happy with it, it's not get put out.
That's awesome. Let's see. Okay, well, do you have any other questions from the Peanut Gallery of anything?
What's the competitive market like? Doing embroidery on like towels. You kind of honed it into, because I heard you say you embroider a lot, like you've done stuff, like as far as like something besides towels. Do you feel like you kind of put yourself in a corner by just making it a square towel business since you're kind of outsourcing doing other stuff? Or is that like something explained on your website?
I think I kind of got settled on the kitchen towels because nobody really does them.
Okay.
Especially in the size that I do. And nobody really does different designs and sayings that I use.
Okay. Are you old school, like $10 for a set of 2? Or is it 1 for 10?
It's 1 for 10. And if you come to my markets, they're 3 for 25.
Okay.
That's a good price.
And then the raffle you had, I heard you talking about the raffle. So what is the raffle for? I don't know if I didn't get that.
Purchase a commercial embroidery machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's supporting the business.
Yes.
Yeah, it's to support the business.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
He's a veteran, and he wants it. And it's going to be for Father's Day. And then they win the smoker?
Yeah.
A Pit Boss wood pellet smoker. That's what you win with the raffle ticket. And it's in their garage, and she wants it out. That's what that sentence was. That I need this out of my garage right now. So hurry up, people.
Are people buying the raffles from like random places or like?
No, for him.
Yeah, I've sold some at vendor markets. I've sold some over Facebook and online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you send me your email, I'll fill the ticket out and send you a picture of it.
And then I heard you say that there was something about free website making, or some people make.
My website was designed by a group of guys at a website called the Free Website Guys.
Okay. And it's called the freewebsiteguys.com.
That's exactly, yeah, that's the website. It's freewebsiteguys.com, I believe it is.
So those vendors that are listening and stuff that are that might need, help to get educated on websites, that's probably where they need to go, or definitely want to go check it out. How did you find out about that?
Facebook.
Facebook.
Most of my stuff is found on Facebook.
Am I tripping, or as you start thinking about something and then it pops up on as a sponsor? It happens all the time. You start thinking about like, man, I need a website, and then the next thing you see on Facebook is create your website free here.
If you will send me your information, I will send you a link to their webpage. I will get a portion of it.
Okay.
Oh, like a what's it called? Like a brand ambassador type of thing. Nice. And why do they do how do they make money if they're doing stuff for free, or did you just get it for free because you're awesome?
They will do a certain amount of free websites throughout the year, and then they make their money by repeat customers coming back and expanding on their website or doing other types of websites.
Gotcha.
Have you looked into being like doing market affiliating with like Etsy and Amazon, so you can kind of put your stuff on it and it'll be more of a drop ship?
I have an Etsy page.
Uh-huh.
I haven't really done anything with it, but it's still out there. Amazon, I've looked into. I just don't like their terms and conditions.
Okay.
I think I've heard that before. Isn't it like they're really stingy on things or like particular?
You have to do very specific things with them.
Yeah.
And I don't have the fundage for that.
Gotcha. Maybe one day, if you want to. If not, I mean, Amazon has enough money, so and it keeps you busy by doing it yourself. Just saying.
I mean, I have sold 52 towels in one weekend.
52 towels. I don't do math, but $52. Well, if you give it the discount, I don't know. I don't do math. That sounds like a lot of money, and that's awesome.
$520.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's dope. Hell yeah.
For freaking towels. That's amazing.
Was that a one-time event, or was that something that's gonna come back like reoccurring?
It was a one-time event. It was Traub's 1-year anniversary.
Okay.
And I did 39 that day, and then I did 22 the next day. So.
Where was that one at, the 22?
That was at Dale's Country Store
Mm.
on a Sunday.
I saw a comment, but I didn't see a comment. It's from Lowrider Legacy. I just didn't want to miss it.
Said hello there for you. Soapweir event shows at yahoo.com.
Like he wants him to come to hit him up and there.
Possibly. Lowrider Legacy, they do a lot of events. He's a photographer, sort of like that, but he always also does. Another comment I had for you too was, are you on Facebook groups for like vendors and stuff?
I'm part of Arizona Vendors on Facebook. I've got several different groups that I'm part of.
Okay.
So
I would try to amp it up, man. When I start, because I used to do a patio business, patio mistress. I used to help out with that, and one of the things we did was we'd post. Cause it was more like a service though, not like selling something. But we'd post on all kinds of Facebook groups like Arizona Vendors, Arizona Buy Sell Trade, and just get a bunch of different people will message us about different things, whether it's an event just for being an ambassador for my own company or for the company I was working for, doing their events. People will hit us up for services, whatever, man. So I think because Facebook groups, especially, a lot of people, and I don't want to be funny, but a lot of older folks, they mess up. You can make a lot of ends meet with Facebook forums. Well, it's not forums; they're called groups these days. But man, if you're doing that thing, more power to you. But I think what you're doing is super dope. I like I like some of the stuff you're reading out. And then what she was saying with the innuendos for the armies or like for the military stuff, I definitely think that's okay. They can't tell you none of that unless their logos technically on anything that you're gonna try to brand. Nah, you shouldn't worry about it.
Yeah.
So, hey man, much success for you, and I hope you're the best. That's all I got. That's really all I had. I was gonna ask you, but.
All right, well, I
You can have,
appreciate it. Thank you.
You can do that one, like, how they have the bumper stickers that's like proud parent of a kid from, I don't know, some elementary school. You can be like proud parent of like, you know, the military branch of the military, or not to get
I have done school logos,
Mhm.
their mascots.
Mhm.
I put those on towels and donated them to the schools for
Awesome.
raffles and stuff. So I've done that.
Right on. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, do you, I know with small businesses and like fronting things, that's not like our ideal thing, but also gets us out there. But do you sponsor like events and stuff like that as like being to shout you out and get more people?
I haven't sponsored any events because I don't have the fundage for it.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Maybe there's a little imperfect
But
reason.
if they email me and ask me, hey, can you do a towel for a raffle or something, I'd be more than happy to do that for them.
Oh, maybe we can get you one for we're having their anniversary on June 1st. And we're gonna have some vendors out there, a bunch of different like, you know, car club type things. We're gonna be having hops, like, you know, little car hops and whatnot, and music and, you know, live performers. So maybe we can get you, we're doing raffles too, yeah. Raffles and all that fun stuff. So we can get you out there and promote since you're on the podcast and it covers that. So
Yeah, I don't.
that'd be cool. Get a special live ride podcast little logo.
I think I have an event June 1st at night, but nothing during the day.
That works. All about cross promotion and helping everybody out and everything. So, well, how was it your first time? Now that you've made it through almost a whole hour, how was your first time as a podcast guest?
You've made it easy, and I've been relaxed this whole time.
Yay!
So it's not as scary as I thought it was going to be.
See, I told you, you're fine.
Because I didn't have any idea how I'm going to talk for an hour.
I knew it, but that's why I talk. I'm the host, and then I just ask you questions, and then you answer them, and then you did your job.
So, but I do want to make sure I thank you and the rest of your crew for allowing us to come on the podcast
Thank
tonight.
you.
I've had a lot of fun.
Yay. You
Didn't
have a
really-
comment.
didn't-
Like to get on the show. I have guess a comment. I don't know what's it. It went away too fast because I can't read.
Basically, they want to be on a show too and talk about their stuff.
Okay, that too. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching as I knock over the mic. So again, give him a like, follow, a share, support him at his events. We're gonna have a flyer posted up. He's at www.squaretowel.com. He's on Facebook, kind of, sort of Instagram.
You know, I just noticed there's no www.
Oh, there isn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is
freaking
just,
Mike.
it's https squaretowel.com. No www.
See, he's a professional, and still he's saying so. Don't get discouraged, people.
I just realized that as it's scrolling across. Yeah, but it's just squaretowel.com.
I think.
But
No, never mind.
still, you did a great job. And there's your logo. Did you create your own logo?
I did create my own logo.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I like the font that you chose. It's like simple but like unique because it kind of like the E's kind of match up with the towel like lines. I don't know if you did it on purpose, but I noticed that and I like it.
Yeah.
Not too bad for a guy that, you know, was self-taught, right?
Yep.
There you go. So don't get discouraged, people. You can do anything you set your mind to. So again, thank you for being on the podcast. We're glad you had fun. We wish you the best of luck with everything at your events and with your designs and everything else going forward. And we'll see you next time, I think, possibly. Again, in like a year from now when you're like sold at Walmart.
We'll come back in a year and see how it goes.
There you go. Or you got my second booking. Heck yeah, guys. All right, then. Follow our sponsors. Stay tuned for Lowrider Aftermath at 9:30 with Hank. And the Dell's podcast tomorrow at 7. Okay, bye.